All right, I'm going to show y'all today how we confuse white ancestry with Indian ancestry. Jah power. Be king. Get free or die. Heavy is the head to wear the crown. All right, kings and queens, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to King Jah Power. Go over there to the throne. Subscribe. Okay? Hit that like button on all the videos. The notification button on both channels. Okay? The God Jah Power YouTube page on the way. The throne website on the way. King Jah Power website on the way. The throne live streams already popping. All right. And so, today I want to get into this. One of the people out there on YouTube, wanted me to go back into my ancestry or whatnot. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. And today we're going to do the maternal side. My mama. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of y'all out there, familiar with Big Red. If you not, you're going to get to know Big Red, today. You know what I'm saying? And he is an actual Indian. I couldn't tell you what tribe or none of that. You see what I'm saying? Because the people that would know that, they is in, the metaphysical world. Now, they're not on this planet. So going into this information, it reminds you of a time when you was a child, just looking at some of these, photos. I was looking at it, damn, it got me emotional. I had to, because a lot of these people on the show is my family, and I want y'all to be respectful, okay? Be respectful, okay? Because, 99.9% of the people on YouTube wouldn't even do nothing like this. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not them, okay? I'm King Jah, you know what I mean? And black people in America want to, know if they some Indians or what they Africans or whatnot. See, what we don't realize is that you saying, you Indian or whatnot, you mistaken that it's white ancestry. Okay? That's white ancestry. It's not Indian. Okay? If so, I want some of y'all out there to do a video and show me the people in your family similar to what I'm going to do here today. Again, this is the maternal. This is going to be my mom and them side of the family, not my pops, even though I'm going to show, a couple people from my pops part of the family. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's get started, family. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to King Jah Power, go over there to the throne of King Jah Power and subscribe. Now, this lady right here, you like, damn, you talk about your family and you starting out with a white woman. Okay? Damn right. Okay, so now let's look. Right here is a woman, this is like 1950, and her name is Mrs. Ryan. And, this is the woman that my, Big Red, his wife, worked for in the 1950s. And I put quotes on work. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all know the part in, what's that movie? Color Purple. And the lady that Miss Oprah Winfrey was trying to teach how to drive, Miss Sophia was trying to teach how to drive. It's the same situation. You see the situation that Miss Sophia was in for beating up that white man, okay? She became forever servant to that white woman that couldn't drive on The Color Purple. Now, it's the same thing with this woman right here and Miss Aline, which I'm going to show, okay? So remember Miss Ryan from 1950. Now, look, this right here, I'm going to be real. This right here is the matriarch. I'm gonna tell you. See, it's a white woman too. It's the matriarch because we talk about the Scotton family. You see, the Scotton family is, Scottish. Okay, they Scottish. Okay, Scotton come from the word Scottish. Okay, so these people are Scottish. Okay, and I did a video on The Rock on his genealogy the other day. Okay, and his genetics. And I showed that, African Americans, should not, acknowledge no European ancestry because we know how it got there. Okay. And so this lady right here, she's Scottish or whatnot. And I'll give you some names because I want to just set the premise. I'm going to give you some her name or whatnot later on in the program. Now look, this lady right here had owned some slaves, and with one of the male slaves, she had a mixed race baby, which I'm gonna show. And my whole entire life, we thought this woman was an Indian, and she was a mixed race. Now, this right here is at a family reunion. Okay? Now, hold on. I don't know if I can. It's at a family reunion. Y'all can see. It's at a family reunion. You see what I'm saying? This my Aunt Bet with the gold on. Okay? And then that's my other aunt with the Nigerian clothes on. And I'm going to show y'all, this is at a family reunion. You see my people, they dress African clothes. They dress with African clothes. They not going to be wearing no Indian clothes. Okay? Even though big red people now be there. Okay? But it be just some, little 2 or 3 Indians in the corner. Okay? And so, but you see, they got African style clothes on. That's just a fact. Again, here it is right here. My Aunt Bet. You see the lady that's putting her clothes on got African style clothes on. My peoples know who they is, cuz. And see, this right here I'm going to show you, which is the Scotton family, okay? And Miss Alleen's family, which is a mixed race family. I'm going to show you. You just seen the matriarch. That would be, Miss Alleen's people right there. The lady Big Red married. Okay? So you see, we at the family reunion. We got African clothes on. Okay? We know we African. I mean, damn. It ain't even that hard if you got one Indian in your family. Because in my family, ain't but one. Okay? The other people we thought was Indians, they mixed race. Them was Miss Alleen people. Okay? So you see, my Aunt Bet, my Aunt Jean right there, okay? And then you see my uncle right there with the, all of them got dashikis on. Even the lady that's sitting beside her. You see, they got a yellow dashiki on. She got a African style. Miss Bet got an African style on. Miss Jean, she straightened the dashiki. My uncle straightened the dashiki or whatnot. You see it. Now, this my mama and my daddy on their wedding day. Now, you can see these are Africans. Okay, but my mama and them, side of the family is, got some white and mixed race in it. Heavy. Okay? Period. You see? These are intimate photos. Okay? Who else would show y'all something like this? Nobody. Now there go baby King Jah. There go baby King Jah at the wedding. You see what I'm saying? At the wedding. Don't want to be walking down the aisle with none unless I'm there. But look, what I want to show y'all in this picture. Now you see right there on the left, that's my Uncle Hardy B. This is Miss Alleen people. Okay, this is he come from a mixed race background. Okay, we thinking they some Indians, but they not. Now here go Big Red. This is important right here because I don't got many pictures. I had to go look for him or color pictures of Big Red because Big Red old, but you can see Big Red is an Asian man. He an Asiatic type of man. Look, he sleep right here. You see what I'm saying? He like 9 feet tall. Okay, just like an Indian. Got that hook nose, all of that. That's Big Red right there. That's not no black man. This is a Asian man. Okay, and I'm gonna show you too. Now look, this right here, Big Red and his 2 daughters, and King Jah and my cousin. See, I was around for a long time. Big Red ain't go past until like 1994. Okay, and now here go my grandmama. Now I just showed you my mama. That's her mama right there, and then that's her granddaddy. Would make him Big Red my great granddaddy. Okay, but as you can see, they got Indian, African, and white in them. Okay, but because Big Red is an Indian and they mama is a mixed race. Okay? Is a mixed race. Period. I'm telling you what it is. You see how, light skin they is. You can, even though they made it back with black. You see what I'm saying? They made it back with black. That's why my mother is a darker of a darker hue. There she go again. Because her father was of a darker hue. He was an African. He was a black man. And just because you dark skinned, that don't mean, you know, that dark skinned peoples is the only Africans. Okay? You got brown Africans. You got an African tribe in Africa called the Browns. The Browns. Okay? The Browns. Niggas talking about copper. The Browns. Okay? That's Africa. Goofy. So don't, and there go baby King Jah. Okay? You see baby King Jah and his mom. Them not no Indians or nothing like that. Okay? But now I'm taking y'all back to my humble beginning. Now look at the little shack we lived in. Okay? When I was little growing up. Now this not South Carolina. That's North Carolina. That's Big Red in them house. You see the house red. That's Big Red house. But it was a small house with a lot of people. You had wood and floors, and you could see through it, and you could see the ground. Okay? Period spots or whatnot. No cap. Okay? Now, who else gonna do y'all, show y'all, the backwoods like that? Now, this right here, I told y'all Miss Alene was a mixed race. So can somebody point out Miss Alene? Okay, then. There she is right there. Miss Alene. Now, that's big red wife right there. Okay? Now, that's my mother's grandmother. Okay? This Miss Alene right here. That's who used to work for Miss Ryan, the white lady I showed y'all at the front. The first one. Okay? She used to work for Miss Ryan. Now, this right here is the obituary of Big Red. And you can see right there, his name is what? Finally known as Big Red. Okay? Born August the 22nd, 1905 in Chester, South Carolina. He was the son of the late Willie and Luton Gate Anderson. He attended the Chester County Public School, and he had retired at Duke Power Company as a former member of Mount Olive Baptist Church. He was married to the late Alene. I just showed you Miss Alene Anderson, who preceded him in death in October 7, 1989. Now, I remember that. That was the year of Hurricane Hugo. While her funeral was going on, you can check the date, October the 7th, Hugo was hitting. I remember we was outside, he was about to knock the church over. Period. It was about to knock the church over. When we came home from church, it was a big-ass tree on my grandmama's house or whatnot. We ended up having to cut it down. But anyway, you see, she had, they had a lot of daughters. They had 15 children. You see, he had 15 grandchildren, and it was like 10 of them. Like, seriously, it was a big family. They had a lot of children, okay? Again, he read to the start. Now, if that ain't a Cherokee or something or whatever, what they be Choctaw and all of that, that's what it is. Now, I couldn't tell you the actual tribe or whatever, but you can't tell me. See, he got an Indian name, and you see his hair straight. He got, whiter looking skin and shit, and got them Asiatic eyes. That's an Asian. See, Big Red an Asian. See, and I know Big Red, so don't play with me like that. Now, this right here is the Massey side of the family. Now, this is my mama's husband's grandfather, Mr. Allen Massey. Now, he a black man or whatnot. He not no mixed race black man either. He a black man, just a lighter skinned black man. But his son married my grandmama. He was a dark skinned African like Wesley Snipes. You see what I'm saying? And he married my grandmother, which was come from an Indian and a mixed race mama. Okay, she married this African man, and then they had my mama. And my mama and her sister, one light skinned and one triple black. One light and white looking, and then one triple black. You see, so black people can, the black woman can kick, any color from the lightest to the darkest. Then you see at the bottom it say, from which we have came. All right, now he will be my great-great-grandfather, okay, Mr. Allen. Now, these are the Scottons right here, okay? These are the African Indian white people, okay? And they from the 1800s, bro. Look, y'all can't go back to the 1800s. You can't go back to the 1800s. There it is right there, okay? Now, them is Scott and Clark. Okay, so these is Scott and Clotfelter. These is Miss Arlene, one of them I think is her brother, and then her granddaughter. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Hold on now. But I know this is the Clotfelter family and the Scotton family, which are African, Indian, and white. Okay? And they only got a little bit of Indian too. Okay? Period. They got big red genes. Now look. Now you see this woman right here. Her name is Lucida Cicely Scotton Tyson. And she from the 1800s. Okay? You see, she come from that same line, but she look more Africoid. Okay? She look more Africoid than the ones that's gonna come after her. She from the 1800s. Everybody I've been showing, them is from the 1900s. Now look, this one of my cousins right here. Okay? And if you could see right here, you see she's a lobbyist for Washington office on Africa, Trans-African NASA project. Okay? Look at that. Okay? She worked in NASA. Okay? And she is she did many things. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to show y'all my aunts or whatnot went to Africa long, long before I was ever born. Okay, my aunts. And I'm talking about the Scottons and Clotfelters or whatnot. They got white ancestry. They got a little bit of Indian ancestry. But they was going to Africa, which I just showed, but I'm going to get deeper into. Okay, now look. See, these some more of the Clotfelters. See, they more Africoid, though. Now they starting to get more Africoid. And they from the early 1900s. You see what I'm saying? Look right here. This George March. Now this is somebody in my family from 1874. Okay? From 1874 in the middle of damn slavery. Okay? You got this African man right here. You can see he a Bantu African. Okay? Now again, this is one of the Scottons or whatnot. This is Martha Jane Scotton Braid Marsh. She was born August the 7th. Okay, damn, we always got the same birthday. In 1894, she passed in 1903. What? 1895? Damn, so this was a young woman. Yeah, this was a very young woman. She was a teenager. Okay? When she passed, I need the story on it. This is why y'all got to go back into y'all genealogy. And don't lie. Okay? Don't lie. Okay? Mary Scott, and again, she from the 1800s. Okay? This is another one of the Scottons. But you can see she's more Africoid. These is people that were in my family for 200 years ago, family. Now, here we go. Damn, hold up. Wish I could rotate that. Anyway, I can still read it. Listen to this. See, this is the Scotton name. Okay? We looked at the slave schedule for 1860. This is in the book titled Slave Owners in Randolph County. We found Jacob Scott, the owner of 7 slaves, a white man. Okay? Seven slaves. The page did not list the name of the slaves, only the age, sex, and color. Okay, we assume that one of these male slaves at age 10 at the time was our great grandfather Taylor Scott. Okay. So the lady, the matriarch, that white woman, okay, had sex with a 10-year-old slave. okay, my great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy, okay, before Big Red, before Big Red, okay, Big Red is his own family, but this is Miss Aline family, his wife's family, okay, and this is how I got started. She, their white woman, had sex with a 10-year-old slave that she owned, and it produced, my great-great-great-grandfather, which produced Miss Aline, okay, you see, they slaves, they Africans, slaves were freed in 1865, so-called freed in 1865. You see that right there. It say the date around 1850, and that 1850, 1850, and that he was a slave who worked on a farm. Slaves were freed in 1865. Okay, so you see, my family done went back and got the records of they African peoples or whatnot. Now look, here you go right here, the Taylor Scott and his family history. And since 1970, and I took all these pictures you see, I just took them. Since 1977, when the Scott and family reunion was held, we have been very anxious and curious and waiting to find out more about the Scott and Taylor, our grandfather. We wanted to learn more about his family roots. Our family researchers visited Ashboro Public Library in NC, where we spent hours viewing information, doing research, okay, on the Scott and family as it was recorded in microfilm in the census book, slave records, okay, and other materials. It was interesting to note that there were 7 slaves, different spellings for the Scott name. Okay, so like I told y'all, Calloway, okay, it could be spelled with a C or A. Okay, Calloway is a European name. And I done already done that video. Don't make me prove it again. Okay, now you see why here. You can flip your phone around. I just don't want to touch it and mess around and mess up the program. Now, when we looked into the 1900 census on the microfilm, we found out our grandfather, Taylor Scott, listed his wife as Elza Jane, their white woman, okay? That big white woman, the matriarch, my great-great-great-great-grandmama, granddaddy married their white woman. Hell, he might as well, since she had sex when he was 10. John Mandui. Look at that African name. Mandui. I can't even say it. John Mende. Mende. M-A-U-D-E. See? That's some African right there. George Emmanuel Felt and William. This was found in the 1990 census book that this was a sighting, but we did not find Ada yet. Okay, Ada is my aunt. That's one of Big Red daughter. Now look, I don't know why you put the D. Okay. I want to make sure I get it. Now you see, since hold up. Okay, so we went through all that, but I want to get to the other piece right here. Yeah, right here. See, the Scotland name originated in England. Okay? England. Okay? Not America. You see what I'm saying? See? That's European ancestry. It's not Indian ancestry, period. Okay? Originated in England, where they have a post office named Scotton, as well as a street and other places named Scotton. The name Scotton or Scotton, antiquus, there are many people in England by that name. The Scots live in a village called Scotton. Okay? See? Europeans, when you could go into a classroom and ask Europeans, do they know their family origin in Europe? Everybody in there gonna raise their hand. They know the street that they live on. See, if I'm black and I can find my white English family. They just showed you the street name is Scotton, the village's name. So you just go to England, what Scotton village is. All the white people out there gonna be named Scott, Scottish, Scotton, all that. And then if we go over there, they go, y'all black slaves from America. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Black slaves from America. Period. There it is right there. Okay, now let me blow this up right here. Look. Scotton, England, one who came from Scotton village of the Scots, the name of the places of Lancashire and in the north and in the west, writings of Yorkshire. Okay? So I could go over there and immediately go find them. Now, if you go into a classroom with a lot of black people in it and ask them the same question, they ain't gonna know. Where you came from in Africa, where you came from, they ain't gonna know. Okay? Because our history was stolen. Now look at this. It was said that in the beginning, 10 Scotton brothers migrated from Scotland to the States. Two of the brothers, Jacob and Hayes Scotton, were plantation owners that were also real big in real estate. According to the 1860s in Randolph County slave report, Jacob was the owner of a family, my family, 7 slaves, 4 males, ages 55, 13, 10, my great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy, Taylor Scotton, 4 and 3 females, 30, 15, 36, 15, and 2. The 10-year-old male is said to be Taylor, which is his father's George's wife, Richard Towson, and Dicey Ann of Dicey Ann, Columbia, and Isabella. During the days of slavery, most slaves had only one name, the master's name, being attached to their last name. Okay, so these names we got are European. And somewhere, wherever you live at, it's some white people that got the exact same name that you got, and they own your family. How do I know? When I was in high school, one of my teachers had the same last name as me. And she walked up to me and said, you know, we family, right? And I was confused for many years about that. So about 10 years ago, which was about 20 years after that incident, I go into the bank, Miss Meisenhammer, which was her original name, but she married a white man that got my last name, my exact name. Okay? And she came to me, did you ever figure, she remembered this. She said, did you ever figure out what I told you in class 20 years ago? I said, no, but now, I knew then because, time had went by and I, looked around. But how did I know? One day I'm riding with some girls drinking, about to pull into a hotel room and get it popping, got pulled over by the police. Guess who pulled up? Her husband, okay? And he got the same exact name as me. When I handed him my license, he immediately said, what's up, cuz? And it's a white man. And he was the chief of police. I can't tell you the name, then you'll know my government name. But he let me go. He gave my license back. Just, where you about to go? Over there. All right, you're going here. You all right. But them other cops that was going to lock me up, but that was her husband. So when we was in the bank that day, I realized that, damn, this white woman right here is my family, but these are the people that own my family. Okay? George and his family gained their freedom and emancipation after the Emancipation Proclamation because of extreme cruelty to slaves encountered from their masters and proudness and determination of George and his family. History shows that gaining his freedom, it is at a point that the Scotton dynasty began. See? The Scotton dynasty began. Now, you as you continue reading this booklet, you will find of the information of changes. A group of family researchers have done exclusive research on the Scotton family history. You will find here in the Scott and family history, along with supportive material, it is sincerely hoped that our family continue to add statistical data so that our family history will always be current. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm continuing on the legacy of Isabella and Granddaddy Taylor. You know, shout out to them. They came to the Eat the World when I was still in the Eat the World. As soon as I went to talk to them, they shot me down here. With y'all. See? With y'all. Now look, we went through that one. Now look right here. Okay. You know, we went through that one too. Now let's go. Now you see right here. Now, this ain't a great picture. This an older picture. But if you could see some of the Scott and people right here, they are African. See, in the Clodfelters, they are African. I can show you all the grandchildren, my little cousins today. Some of them are a little light-skinned, some of them dark-skinned. You see what I'm saying? But you got to remember, they come from a background of mixed race, Indian, African, and white. Okay, and that little bit of Indian, you know, even though we don't count the white, but that's what y'all mistaking it for. Okay, now these right here are slave records, and I can show you on here where they say Africa. Okay, they ain't say what part, but it say Africa. Period. Okay, I traced it all the way back. I done it. I did. Now, hold up. Now, see, right here, you got another Scott right here, but you see, she the African ancient Mamie grandma. See, but this later on. See, this later on, this George and Taylor Scott and them people, when they was originally African, they got mixed with that white woman, and then you know later on when which I'm gonna show. Hold on, let me go and get to that. This brother right here is one of my great uncles or whatnot, and he an African history teacher. He was in the classrooms with Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark and all of them in New York, okay? In New York, and this is one of their students, my uncle. Now, this is the white lady and the 10-year-old Taylor, which he ended up marrying Elza, the white lady. This they daughter. Now, our whole life, we thought these was big red people, and we thought they was some Indians. Come to find out, them is Miss Eileen people, and they mixed race. She's a mixed race woman. She not Indian. She white and black. Okay? That's from an African slave and a white woman. This is the woman that it made. Would be Miss Eileen's grandmother. Okay? See? Now, this woman right here, very important. Now, everybody know the term, each one teach one. Well, my aunt is the one created it. Now, every time you say that, you know, each one teach one or each one reach one, however you want to say it, my aunt is the one created it. Okay? And these is Miss Cicely Tyson and Henry Tyson grandchildren. Miss June Swanson, very important woman. Very important woman. Listen to this. She was born in, like I told you, all my peoples was up there with Dr. Clark now in New York when they were Harlem history. They knew all about this. See what I'm saying? They was, you know, a lot of people in my family were black history teachers, which I'm going to show in a minute. Now, Miss June Swanson was born in New York, earned a bachelor's degree in African American studies. That means this sister was studying the same thing Dr. Clark was doing. Okay? At New York City College. Okay? Currently is a resident of Greensboro, North Carolina. She's an advocate on behalf of African American children throughout the National Black Children Development Institute, Each One Teach One or Each One Reach One program. The program is designed to reach children, at-risk children, from failing and to provide tutorial mentoring assistance to them and one-on-one basis. Additionally, she was developing an annual Black History Quiz Bowl program which teaches African Americans their history and culture. Okay? Okay, so this was a woman that had a business, teaching the young African-American children about their African history. This is one of the women that was going to Africa. That she was one of the women that was, knew about the African royalty in our family from Ghana. Okay, Mr. Tyson, Mr. Henry Tyson and Cicely Tyson, Scotland people, the African ones, okay? They descendants was mixed race, okay? Because Miss Aline married Big Red, which was an Indian, so they was Indian, European, and African, okay? But they descendants end up going to Africa to find out they what? African American history, culture, and roots. See? Now, got a little bit more for y'all. Come on. Now, this right here is Big Red. That's right there is Big Red. That's what it all go back to. This little Indian right here. It do. My mama and their side of the family go all the way back to this little Indian right here. In a mixed race white woman that was her grandfather and grandmother were slaves, okay? And they ended up, I don't know if you want to call that rape or whatever. Miss Elsa or whatever took a 10-year-old little boy, had sex with him. And then, they ended up later on getting married as he got a little older. Okay. And then they had Miss Aline, them grandmama. Then they had Miss Aline, and then Miss Aline married Big Red, and then Big Red married Mama Nan, which was my mama's mama. Okay, then my mama married my daddy. Okay, then had me. Okay, but now look at all of them peoples is black all the way till you get to the top. They white, and then when you get down, you got one Indian, and then you got a mixed race woman, and then you got they descendants. And all of their descendants made it back with black. They didn't marry no white people. Period. Now I'm telling you, Big Red descendants did not like no damn white people. My grandmama just passed in 2020. Okay. Big Red daughter, and she would make white people stand out there on the porch. They don't care if it was the insurance man. They didn't like them, period, because she knew what they had done to Big Red people and what they had done to the African people. Okay, but y'all see Big Red, man. Big Red, famous, man. We'll do my father's side, okay, on another video. How I know to do the other video. If y'all like this one, y'all got to get the likes up on these videos, okay? I just done something ain't nobody never done. Y'all ain't never seen nobody bust their whole family down like that. And that's just one side. I could have kept going and showing, the little grandkids and, all the babies I grew up with the Scottons and, that's just like the Marleys. The original Marleys are white people. But if you look at the Marleys today, they all black. It's the same thing. If you look at the Scottons back in the day, they white people. But if you look at the Scottons today, they triple black. The Scottons, the blackest in our whole family today. That's just real. That's just real. Even though, they matriarch came from England, okay? In Africa. You see, as a slave. All right? But this was a fire video. Make sure y'all get them likes. Big up to y'all. Told y'all I was going to come with the video. Y'all know I'm around. Y'all know I'm around. If I ain't on here with a video, I'm in the background doing the research and putting it down. All right? So family, like this video. That was the end of that one. Okay? We been staking that Indian blood. Okay? Mistaking white blood for Indian blood. Okay? You're not no Indian because you got one Indian in your family or two Indians. Okay? That's going to come back as 2%, 1%. How you going to be the 1% and then all these other Africans and black people in your family, okay? And you 99%, 90% African, 8% European, and 2% Indian. Stop it, man. Stop it. All right, family. See y'all in a minute. Jah power. Big king. Get free or die. If he is dead, do with a crime.